camera itself is a target. And it has been enormously hard to keep explaining to people, to keep making this very clear that the person with the camera is not a soldier. My career started when Russian invasion in Ukraine started in 2014. Me and the whole generation of photographers, journalists, filmmakers have become war correspondents. I've always came back to Ukraine. That's the most important story for me, and that's a story of my home. So, of course, that land, those villages, those cities, those people are so dear to me. So I'll be doing that regardless until the war is over. This will be my main work. 2,000 meters to Andriivka is a film that tells the story of soldiers that are trying to liberate their homeland. And 20 Days in Mariupol was a film about families that are losing that land, that are losing that cities. So 2,000 meters to Andriivka is kind of a response to the first film, when people are taking agency and taking their land back. I've existed between these two worlds, the world of screenings, the world of red carpets, the world of conversations in peaceful cinemas, and the world of war on the front line, which was on fire. I would travel from Europe and from US back to Ukraine, and I would join a platoon, and it took that platoon around 3 months to liberate the village, to fight through that small forest, which is exactly 2,000 meters. And that's how the film came out to be. It's a film about that platoon that is trying to liberate a village of Andriivka, and about 2,000 meters that they have to cross. It's very hard to prepare for war. You can train yourself physically, you can prepare yourself through the medical trainings, first aid trainings, security trainings. The problem is that the war becomes increasingly dangerous. The warfare is changing because of the drones, because of the AI systems, unmanned weapons. All of that create so much complications that for a journalist or for a filmmaker surviving close to the front line is just impossible. So any work we've done back in 2023 is already impossible now. As just an example, in 2,000 meters to Andriivka, in my new film, we follow a protagonist who is carrying a flag to the liberated village. And just the fact that we are carrying the cameras and we are following a person with a flag makes us priority target, because war is happening not only in a physical space, war is happening in the media space too. There is definitely difficult but also strong future in Ukraine, because Ukrainian journalists are in the front line of this battle against the falsehood, against the fake news. They are facing it every day, and that impacts the battle that is happening in Ukraine. Therefore, the camera itself is a target, and it has been enormously hard to keep explaining to people, to keep making this very clear that the person with the camera is not a soldier. The Ukrainian journalists need a lot of support. It's just institutional support for journalists, writers, filmmakers in Ukraine is crucial at the time when the world is, I don't want to say abandoning Ukraine, but when the world is busy with a lot of other issues and topics. And I hope that support will increase, because it is harder and harder to survive in a war if you are a journalist. Ukrainian journalists need resources, they need medical kits, they still need protection, they need new cameras, because cameras are wearing down. The cameras are being broken and shot, and they need money. They need transport. One of the biggest problems right now for Ukrainian filmmakers and journalists is security on the road. And all the injuries of my friends and colleagues recently were from the drone warfare, from Russian drones that are attacking cars.